Yo, what's up? Welcome to Friday. So I said I was hoping I would write something really good, and last night I did write something pretty good, but I didn't start writing until 10. I was up right until around 2 when I fell asleep on my face on the floor and slept in what we're going to call a posturally suboptimal position. Um, so I was a little bit pretzeled up when I woke up, but was able to get everything mostly loosened up. I hit it with the Theragun, did some breathing and stuff, and had everything feeling fairly good by the time that I actually went into the gym and started warm-ups and everything. So having things cut short and kind of gimping my way out of the building was not what I saw, but there's your spoiler alert. Let's see if we can see how it happened. Here should have been clue number one. Was gonna start my first set of jumps, and my brain's just like, nah dude, we're not gonna do that, why don't you lower this thing down. Usually it doesn't feel like that. So I did end up dropping my jumps down all the way from this very first set here, and ended up working up to the four things rather than just starting at them. But I just kind of assumed I was a little bit crunchy and it didn't feel that great, because I was able to get them to feel much better after this set here. And the first couple of sets on the trap bar did what I was hoping, which was kind of pull everything into even position on both sides. One of the reasons that I love the trap bar, even with the high handles here, especially with the high handles, is it puts me at a very beneficial hip angle for me. It hits my glutes really hard as opposed to hitting my quads, where a lot of people feel they get more leg drive out of it. I definitely used to use it to build more leg drive in my other deadlift, but once I figured out why I didn't have the leg drive, then the benefits of the bar changed for me. It became something where I can have a high level of neural output, because quite often it takes a heavy lift for me to get my posture to settle into the right place. I fall apart if I don't have a regular dose of high tension kind of activity. I need it in my body for things to feel good. And so this is one of the ones where, because I'm fairly strong at it, my best pull was 820, pulled weighing 205, almost a year ago. We did it right after we shut down Savage and moved into this space. But I pulled in the low 800s, so I have a fair amount of strength on this bar now that I've learned how to use it correctly. And so it's good for getting a high threshold stimulus in something that is generally beneficial to my body and posture. And then I was going to combine it with the foot lacing that you saw from the Woo Woo Wednesday days that I've used on plenty of occasions. I've never used it on a lift, and because of the stance and everything, I thought the trap bar would be a great one to try that on and kind of double dip on the benefits of the improved rooting and foot activation with all of the other benefits that I usually get. It worked pretty well for the warm-ups. It kind of got to be a hindrance towards the top sets. I definitely wanted to stop using it, and I did, because I missed at 720 and ended up taking it again, and it felt better without it on. So I'm not blaming that on the foot lacing. I think it was more my posture was just kind of out, and although it did fix the feet, it wasn't really addressing the neck and upper back, which is where I think the issue actually originated. So the first attempt at 720, I missed, and then kind of my shoulders rolled forward and my pecs cramped. That should have been the other clue. But I did get those loosened up, did a little bit of 90-90 breathing to get everything dropped back in, and felt really good at the setup of the second attempt. I actually felt the best the second time pulling the 720 that I had out of all of the sets. I had my diaphragm in the best position, and it just felt good. Up until I started to break the ground, felt a couple of like a back adjustment, because I definitely did the whole lift on my right leg. And when I set it down, I was like, something feels a little off. I'm not sure if I just hurt myself. Felt good enough to jump, but things started to tighten up in the time after the lift. So we got at it pretty quickly with the Theragun, opened everything up. I did some breathing. I hung upside down by my hips, did some traction, and it's now been a couple hours. Everything feels fine, so I don't think I actually hurt anything. I think it just pissed off a chain of muscles, but I will most likely skip my restoration workout tomorrow, and I'm going to spend the weekend writing, hopefully in good posture positions and not on my face, and then spending some extra time on my PRI correctives, because I know if I just hit a couple of my basic drills that I should be able to get rid of all of the symptoms of this over the course of the weekend and should be just fine. So that is my plan for this week. Today was kind of a bummer, but bonus is I can still pull 720 with mostly just one leg. I don't recommend it because I'm going to be paying for it. So I'm going to go breathe and put myself back together, probably take a nice warm bath. Have a great weekend. Hopefully I have some cool things to write and post for you by the time that I lift next. So that's it. Have a good one. Bye.